Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Friday, March 11th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, we're going to be going over a recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate, and then going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. So without further ado, we'll get started with the recap of yesterday's picks. We are going to start off on the DraftKings side. We'll start off at the point guard position with Monty Morris, $4,700. Looking for 24 points on him. He got to 29.75, so he was a hit yesterday. Then in shooting guard, we had Moses Moody, $3,500. Looking for 18 points on him. He got to 11. He was a miss. He only ended up playing 18 minutes in this game, and he did get in some foul trouble in the first half. And then in small forward, we had Bruce Brown, $5,100, 26 points is what we were looking at for out of him. He's been playing really well as of late. Fortunately, that was not the case yesterday. It only ended up with 15 points. He was a miss, really just scored the ball, not much else yesterday. Then at power forward, we went with Matisse Thybulle, $3,400, looking for 17 points on him. He got to 8.75. He was a miss. He only played 25 minutes, 1 for 5 shooting from the field. Just didn't do a whole heck of a lot yesterday. Then we had Nikola Jokic at $11,200. Looking for about 56 points on him. He got to 54.5. Relatively close to that for a two-game slate, so I did give that one a push. But a little bit hit or miss on the DraftKings side yesterday. These two-game slates are very difficult. Then we move over to the FanDuel side. We had Monty Morris once again, $5,400. Looking for 27 points on him. He got to 28.5, so he was a hit. Then we had Klay Thompson, $5,700. We're looking for 29 points out of him. Got to 33.6, so he was a hit as well. At small forward, we have Matisse Thybulle, $3,900. Looking for that 20 points out of him. Only got to 8.6. He was a miss. As I mentioned on the DraftKings side, played 25 minutes and did not really do a whole heck of a lot of anything yesterday. Then at power forward, we had Aaron Gordon, who was $5,000, looking for 25 points on him. He got to 26.7, so he was a hit. And then last but not least, at the center position, we had Andre Drummond, $5,600, looking for 28 points on him. He got to 27.4, so he was a push yesterday, real close to what we were looking for out of him. He did leave the game for a little bit with an ankle injury, so he ended up playing 21 minutes. If he plays a couple extra minutes, definitely goes over the threshold we were looking for yesterday. But overall, that FanDuel side, a little bit better, 4 out of 5 on the FanDuel side, a little bit better overall. So hopefully you had some of the other good plays along with that to really pay off on yesterday's slate. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries and play for tonight's slate. So this is a 10-game slate. We have one lone game starting at 7 o'clock tonight, and that's the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic. So for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, Jordan McLaughlin, Taurean Prince, and Jared Vanderbilt all listed as questionable to play tonight. It looks like Patrick Beverley makes his return after missing the last game. Then for the Orlando Magic, just Jonathan Isaac out at this point in time. For the Clippers, they're without Robert Covington, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, and Jay Preston, so no real changes there. Atlanta Hawks are all the way healthy at this point in time. Then we move over to the Detroit Pistons, who are without Hamidou Diallo, Killian Hayes, Frank Jackson, Rodney McGruder, and Isaiah Stewart. Pretty much all these guys were out last time besides Hamidou Diallo and Rodney McGruder, but with those two guys being out, there's definitely going to be a little bit of, they're going to be a little bit depleted at that guard position in terms of depth and coming off the bench. Maybe we see guys like Saban Lee take a little bit of a step up tonight as well. Then for the Boston Celtics, they're just without Aaron Nesmith once again tonight, so no changes there at all. Then we move down to the Charlotte Hornets, who were without James Bouknight and Gordon Hayward. Jalen McDaniels listed as a game-time decision, but expected to play tonight. And then for the New Orleans Pelicans, this could be a little bit of a value spot here with Brandon Ingram and C.J. McCollum both out now, joining both Larry Nance and Zion Williamson, who have both been out for quite some time. So there's a little bit of value here. Maybe it's Devontae Graham. Maybe it's Herb Jones. Probably Jonas Valanciunas as well. Then we move down to the Dallas Mavericks, who are without Marquise Chris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Teo Penson, Frank Ntilikina is doubtful to play, Dorian Finney-Smith is questionable to play, and then Jalen Brunson listed as a game-time decision, but expected to play once again tonight. So we'll see how that all shakes out throughout the day for the Dallas Mavericks injuries. There could be a little bit of value opening up here throughout the day. And then for the Houston Rockets, we got Usman Garuba and John Wall both out once again tonight, and then Dennis Schroeder, Jayshawn Tate, and Christian Wood, all this is questionable to play. We'll see who ends up playing out of that trio tonight. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, we got Jared Allen and Karis LeVert both out once again tonight, so no real changes there at this point in time. For the Miami Heat, Markieff Morris is out once again. It does sound like he's getting closer to returning to play, though. And then Caleb Martin and Jimmy Butler, both this is questionable to play. Jimmy Butler missed the last time, and Caleb Martin ended up getting re-injured in that game as well. Then for the New York Knicks, Quentin Grimes, Nerlens Noel, and Derrick Rose, all listed as out. Obi Toppin is questionable at this point in time. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks actually listed as doubtful instead of out, so he's getting closer to returning at this point in time. Then we move down to the Utah Jazz, who are without Bogdan Bogdanovic, so there's going to be a little bit of value here tonight. We'll see if Daniel House ends up starting. Jordan Clarkson probably gets more minutes off the bench. but it could be an interesting little rotation for them overall. There could be a little bit of value on tonight's slate for this Utah Jazz team. Then for the Spurs, they're without Romeo Langford, Josh Primo, and Ketta Bates-Diop, both doubtful to play once again tonight. Deontay Kayuk, who missed the past game, is listed as a game-time decision, but expected to play. For the Toronto Raptors, they're without OG Anunoby and Malachi Flynn once again tonight. And then for the Phoenix Suns, Cam Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, Chris Paul, and Dario Saric all out once again, so no real changes there. Washington Wizards are all the way healthy at this point in time. And then for the Lakers, they're without Anthony Davis and Kendrick Nunn. LeBron James and Taylor Horton-Tucker both listed as questionable to play. And then Malik Monk is listed as probable, so he should be playing once again tonight. But that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries in play for tonight's slate. There'll be a few that we're watching throughout the day. Maybe some value opens up throughout the day that could change our core picks as well. But with that being said, we can move over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with Devontae Graham, $4,300, looking for 22 points out, averaging almost 25 points on the season. No CJ McCollum, no Brandon Ingram tonight. He should be in that starting lineup once again. Currently having projected for 26 points, but he does offer a little bit of upside for more as well. At shooting guard, we're going right down to Devin Booker. First game back last time out. Played very, very well once again. That main ball handler, that main scorer for the Suns team once again. $8,900, looking for 45 points out. Currently having projected for 47 points tonight, but definitely has some upside for more as we've seen in past games. Then at small forward, I'm going Royce O'Neal here. Not the sexiest pick in the world, but $4,200, looking for 21 points at him, averaging about 21.5 points on the season. His minutes are a little bit more solidified tonight with no Bojan Bogdanovic tonight, so he's actually been playing reasonably well. So I don't think it's out of the question for him to get 22 DraftKings points or more tonight. Then at power forward, we're going down to Evan Mobley. Obviously, no Jared Allen, helped him out quite a bit. $7,200, looking for 36 points out. Currently, I'm projected for 40 points tonight. Has a little bit of upside for more as well. Then last but not least, we're going down to the center position with Mitchell Robinson, a guy that's been playing very well. $4,900, looking for 25 points out of him. Essentially what he's averaging on this season. Guy projected for 27 points tonight, but definitely offers a lot of upside for more as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $20,500 remaining, just over $6,800 per player. So maybe, just maybe, you could pay up for one star if that's something you really want to do, and then kind of mix and match some values from there. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, this is definitely something that's viable on tonight's slate as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So we're going to start off at the point guard position once again with Devontae Graham. He's $4,300 on FanDuel as well. Looking for 22 points out, averaging about 24 on the season. Still projected for about 26 points on tonight's slate. Does have a little bit of upside for more. And heck, if you're into revenge games, technically this is a revenge game as well. Then at shooting guard, we're going with Jordan Clarkson. $4,600, looking for 23 points out, averaging 24 on the season. No Bogdanovic once again tonight for the Utah Jazz. Jordan Clarkson is probably going to see a little bit of an uptick in minutes, maybe a little bit of uptick in production as well. Then at small forward, we're going with Jaylen Brown, $7,300, looking for 37 points out of him tonight. Essentially what he's been averaging on the season. Currently I'm projected for 38 points. Definitely has a little bit of upside for more as well, especially going against this Detroit Pistons team tonight. Then we move down to the power forward position. We got Kristaps Porzingis here, $6,000. Been back for 2 games now. His minutes are starting to work up in every single game. The first game he was over 30 points. Last game just under it. So, that 30 points that we're looking for out of him at that $6,000. Definitely a chance he gets there. He might end up coming just a little bit short. So even if he comes a little bit short, it's probably not a bad play either way. But the upside with him at $6,000 is just out of the question at this point in time. So Kristaps Porzingis is definitely someone I'm interested in tonight. Currently haven't projected for 32 points, but he does offer that upside for more. And then at center, we have Jonas Valanciunas, $7,500, so his price tag went up just a little bit because of the big game that he did have the last time out. Looking for 38 points out, averaging about 37 points on the season. No CJ McCollum, no Brandon Ingram tonight. Should be a pretty solid game for him overall. Currently having projected for 40 points on tonight's slate. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $30,300 remaining, just over $7,500 per player. So you can definitely spend up for a stud if that's something you want to do, and then kind of build the rest of your lineup around that. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely viable on a 10-game slate like tonight. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, March 11th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. Heck, if you want to talk a little bit Super Draft, always down to talk some Super Draft as well. JC Money Design and I will be going live right around 5 o'clock Central Time today, talking about the NBA main slate on Super Draft, which is also the Super Draft Pro contest for today as well. And then, as always, I'll be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments below, as well as my updated core about a half hour prior to locks. So definitely be sure you're checking that out through the day so you have the most up-to-date news as possible. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. Going to be talking some dynasty, going to be talking some NFL draft prospects in the coming days and in the coming weeks as we head up to the NFL draft. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.